But first of all, I don't know if you guys have seen the draw online. I don't know the Club World Cup draw. Though Chelsea never play, but they predict say we fit face Bayern. If Chelsea win Tunis, I be waiting they call them. We are going to face Bayern. And I said it the other day, was it 2 days ago, that possible club that Chelsea might face if they win Tunis, if they qualify to the round of 16. Tunis, Bayern, or Boca Junior. No, Tunis, no, Bayern, Boca Junior, and Benfica. But now we are saying Bayern. I don't know how clarified that information is, that if Chelsea should qualify tomorrow on Wednesday early morning, that we are going to be facing Bayern in the round of 16. These people mean well for us at all.
Are we afraid of Bayern? I did not know that we are afraid of Bayern.
There's no need of you being afraid of Bayern. Be afraid of your own team.
I'm not afraid of Bayern. I'm afraid of Chelsea.
If you're afraid of Chelsea, you should be afraid of Chelsea against Esperance Tunis. You don't see Amabi.
No, that it's for sure that we will win Tunis. I'm sure of that. We'll win them. But you win them now, you advance to play Bayern, knockout phase. With all this instability in the club, like I don't understand. Giving us Bayern. But I'm not afraid of them. Bayern is not that a good team also.
The thing is, we can play Bayern with the squad we have. We can play Bayern and still outplay them. What we need to do is just to balance what has gone wrong in that team. Like we spoke about the Flamengo game. Immaturity is what cost us that game. Not that they were too good. When nobody too they hype them. Because one or two coordination, one or two composure from the Chelsea defense and even the players as a whole would have scaled through that game.
But they played us more.
They were
better than us in the game.
That is why I said lack of composure is what cost it. You understand? If Maresca arranges himself,
you feel that if Maresca, you feel that if Chelsea compose themselves against Bayern,
yes,
we are going to do justice.
If and only if they will compose themselves.
See, no. See, that days of Bayern, for me, don't pass. Forget all this is what they do. Their glory days has gone. Who beat Bayern, bro? No fear, don't worry. Now we there.
I'm not scared. I'm just scared of Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm scared of Chelsea, exactly.
I'm not scared of
Mr.
Bayern.
Peter, I'm scared of Chelsea.
If possible, that they will play safe.
I'm scared of Chelsea. I'm also scared of your coach.
Yeah, but just like I said.
I believe he has gotten the hits. For the Flamengo game. I don't expect him to try another experiment.
Yes.
If in case we scale through to the round of 16 to face Bayern, if the draw turns out to be true that it's Bayern, I don't expect Maresca to play hanky-panky or let me try something. This time around, I will not come out. I know some people have been saying, Mr. Peter, you have been defending Maresca for 3 days now. I'm not defending him. I'm just stating the facts. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Stay on the Chelsea table talk. Within ourselves here, forget about what is trending, what the rumors that you have been hearing about players that Chelsea are pushing for. More talk on the way they us. Which player you think Chelsea needs to bring to this team that will improve the team, that will make us believe that we have squad depth? And in which position? Like, mention players and for the position where if you say Chelsea supposed balance to make the season more watchable and more enjoyable for Chelsea fans.
Okay, for me, the first position is the left wing position. I'm talking about the position that Sancho left for us. Don't be thinking, I don't know who you leave that position for. But regardless of that, I think the best player that would fit that position for us is a player like Nico Williams.
Wow.
Yeah. The pace, the athleticism, the physicality, the directness of a winger. That is what we need. You know, there was a time under Antonio Conte when we signed Pedro Rodriguez from Barcelona, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We had Hazard in that team. We had Willian in that team. But the coach went ahead to sign Pedro. And yes, I was happy with the signing because I know Pedro is very good. But I was wondering what we needed Pedro for. Not until he came into that team and the way he balled. We can all attest to the fact that Pedro Rodriguez played one of the best football at Chelsea. His type of goals coming in from that left flank most of the times. And, he could invert and he could also play different positions. He was versatile. So for me, we need that kind of player again. And I see that kind of player in Nico Williams for me, for the left wing position. That's the kind of player I would like Chelsea to sign, regardless of anything wage structure. If you take it away, I'll say Nico Williams is my best pick. Then for the CAM, which is the number 10 position, where Palmer occupies mostly, I think we need a player that's going to help Palmer, sit up or probably help him. Let's just use the word help him. And the player that comes to my head still remains Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus is Premier League proven. He's played in the Premier League and he hasn't done so bad. And he's a ball carrier, very good ball carrier. He's good at both feet. Yeah, he's good at both feet. And then very physical. African blood. Very physical. And he's also good in finishing. So for me, I think he ticks that spot for me to help Palmer in that CAM. At least we should have a player that plays a bit differently from Palmer. Yes, because he plays a lot different from Palmer in that number 10 role. So that is that for me. Then I think we just need a player to help Marco Cucurella next season. But the player that is coming to my head, I know it's kind of impossible, but the player that comes to my head is Balde. Balde from Barcelona. But I know it gives the laugh. Because I think I should mention the one. Anyone at all here.
Yeah, we are just stating our own mind. Yeah.
So the player for me is Balde. I just like his space. I like the way he can attack. That offensiveness of a left back for me. So apart from that, yes, the goalkeeper role. Sanchez, I still want Chelsea to give Sanchez a chance, but I need a player that he will look up to, that will be able to correct his jaggers. Yes. So for me, Jorgensen, he has not been impressive to me. Jorgensen, I think probably we should be looking at signing Mike Maignan, but if Chelsea can agree with Petrovic, whatever differences they have, they settle it. I think Petrovic is also the best man for that job to help Sanchez. So that is that for me.
So you feel with these players that you have mentioned, we can kickstart our season.
Exactly.
With the remaining ones that we already have.
Exactly.
For me, let me start from the goalkeeper. Sanchez is good at handballs, but he's very bad using his legs. And that is just my issue with Sanchez. And I won't expect Sanchez to be the only keeper, because if probably Chelsea is selling Petrovic, then it's just as if we are having this narrative that Sanchez is the only keeper we'll be having, because I'm not really counting on Jorgensen. Even though you won't use person like Jorgensen, it will be for all these Carabao Cup, FA Cup, not in a major competition like the Champions League or the Premier League. So if you are selling Petrovic, you give me Martinez. He's free agent. His contract with Aston Villa has come to an end. You give me Martinez, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. At least, I know I don't get strong hand and stronger hand. Just in English, you have strong, stronger, strongest. I don't get strong hand and stronger hand. Then going to the fullback, I'll need a support for Cucurella. Like Big Dave, his ideal person was Bade, but for me, Bade is not part, like I did not speculate for him. I really speculated for Hato of Ajax. I feel that guy is a prospective fullback player. He can play as a left back, also as a center back, and also he's a player that arrives at the box. He scores. He's good in tackling. So if Chelsea can give me Hato as a support to Cucurella, because I believe that the team is holding Marco Corella at high esteem for the coming season. So if you can give me Hato as a support to him, I'm okay with that. Now, pushing forth, I would have preferred the team still signs a right winger. I would have preferred, but that is not a necessity for me. I will just talk about a support for Palmer. Now, Palmer is the 10.
Why? If you say you would have preferred, say it.
And yes, I would have preferred because
Say it.
You go overload this squad. Though.
it's not as if I'm not believing in our right wingers.
The
Now-
right winger, who and would we have? It's not it.
We're having Exeter Williams, Neto, and
Okay.
Madeke. I'm not counting Madeke as a left winger again. He does not deserve to play in the left
Right
wing.
winger,
Right
rather.
winger.
I'm not counting him as a left. You know, he was playing left wing for all this period.
I mean, you say the right wing.
Yes. I'm counting Neto, Williams, and Madeke as
Okay.
our right winger.
Mm.
It's not as if I'm not really banking on these guys. They are good. That's why I say it's not a necessity for me. Because in some games, I believe that Neto can perform. And in some games, I believe that Estevio can also perform. Sometimes they can start one, then the other one comes from the bench. And I think I'll be okay with that. So that's why I say that's not a necessity. But if they can give me one right winger, which I have not really thought of anybody to fill up that gap for now. So I'll just keep that aside. But I will focus on Palmer, is support for Palmer. And Palmer is how will I put it? Is just that creative engine we have in Chelsea. I will use that word. Palmer is that creative engine we have in Chelsea. Now, even as of now that we are saying Palmer is not informed. Yes, he's not informed this period. That is true. But at least we saw some results from some games we played. Even the end of the previous season, we saw what he did. During the finals of the Conference League, we saw what Palmer did. At least he still shows that grace of creativity in him. But now, if I'm to speculate a player to be a backup for Palmer, though it will be highly competitive, it will be Bruno Fernandes for me.
Okay.
I'll be picking Bruno Fernandes ahead because I think he has all the possible criteria. Aside from much of dribbling, which we don't even need much of dribbling when it comes to that end. We just need that man, did from outside the box, put him for the net. If free kick come, at least they should say 60-70% if he count on you, say if he score the free kick. And if he make good passes for the players. But the thing is that Man, you might not want to sell him. But there's a price tag that you place on him. Man, you know, get choice. You go see Bruno Abego. Bruno is a very prospective player.
But we're not talking about the striker's role.
No, I'll get to that. No, I'll
Okay,
I'll
you-
also talk
you
about
have
the striker.
somebody.
Yeah, I
But
have
before
somebody.
you go there, let
Yeah.
me take you back to the Emilio Martinez. You mentioned
Okay,
Martinez to
yes.
be that goalkeeper. And
Yeah.
You said something about contract expire.
Expired. Yeah.
No, his contract has not expired. He's leaving Aston Villa to a club to give him to put him on a lucrative contract. You understand? More like an improved pay. You understand?
Okay.
Yes, his
okay.
contract with Aston Villa will expire 2029.
2029.
Yes, he signed 2020.
Is Villa in the Champions League?
No. Europa.
So go ahead.
Okay, sorry for the misinformation. I thought because I've been hearing that Martinez is free for Aston Villa, so I thought he was a free agent then. So talking about the support for Palmer, I made mention of Bruno Fernandes, that creativity that I can even compete to some extent. I can see him and Palmer. I don't know who to really rate ahead in that creativity because being a player holding an entire team, like being that Mayu force alone, that's a great one for me. Eye for goals, he did. Free kick, he did. Sharp passes, he did. Some trickish clearance of player, he did. So if you are giving me Bruno, yes, mine might not want to say leadership. That quality, that leadership, like that
Dream on,
command,
bro.
that ginger.
The dream.
But I just say, man, nah.
Fernandes to Chelsea.
If you just
a dream.
hits better deal, say, man, I take 100, give me Bruno.
So you will give Man 100 for
Give
Bruno.
my 100 for Bruno.
That
Let me
would
tell you,
man.
Them Nkunku.
Yes, now balance. Yes, now.
I should give, then I say balance them in
You
cash.
just if you just bring Nkunku and
One
Badashi,
balance, just give them Nkunku and Sterling.
Sterling,
Then if one balance and Adam.
Jurgensen,
No.
Badashi there now.
Badashi.
People say never even said this as himself.
even Shewell.
Or Chilwell, abi?
Give them
We
Chilwell.
just give them. So we not go give them any money. You get that we even give them players and then go balance us.
I tell you, guy. So after that for Palmer, let me go for the left wing. The left wing, got that place, guy.
When I need to mention Kenan Yildiz of Juventus.
He's another part.
I told Big Dog this thing today. Like I said, guy, Dave, like we need to look at this guy. That guy
players,
is.
don't see that one players day, but
Players
you
dey.
can't sign everybody. Now definitely.
You can't sign him, but you are just mentioning.
But I can explore different options, right?
Yeah.
I can. My first option there will be Nico Williams. I think he's the perfect man now for that right wing. Just give me Nico Williams
for the left wing.
for the left wing. Sorry, for the left wing. Talking about the paces there, the physicality is there, the eye for goals, the hanging of ball, the arutsu, the skills.
They put ball for roof. Yeah,
So
keep a
what
hand
do you
on
want
fit
again?
touch.
Now, if you cannot give me Nico Williams, okay, give me Rodrigo. Rodrigo, I'm okay. Small but mighty. That boy feel the whole ball every day. Find out for ground. In the entire he don't score goal. Players like that. Then if you cannot give me Rodrigo or give me Nico Williams, then you give me this of Juventus. That guy, I don't even know where that guy came out from, but that guy is doing amazing. That guy is being amazing as a player. Like I watched this Juventus game in the Club World Cup. You know me, I like after the game, I would just take a review. And when I was looking at this guy, I told Dave today, we were watching it together. I said, guy, you don't see this boy, this of Juventus. What are we waiting for? That guy said, let me not go to the restructure because you are keeping that aside. But considering that he might even take lesser, he's good.
Yeah, this can take lesser. I think he's coming for a club like Chelsea.
Yes.